shut that shit down. Hey friends, today I just want to do a chill ass video because I'm taking antibiotics right now and I hate taking antibiotics. I try not to take them unless absolutely needed. In fact, sometimes even when I absolutely need them, I don't take them because they really just fuck you up, you know? I can't even remember the last time I've done like a full course of antibiotics. I always would stop it after like 3 days. So I've lived here in LA for over 2 years. I've been prescribed and given antibiotics probably 4 times and I never took them. Whenever I get tonsillitis, they prescribe me antibiotics because that's obviously like a bacteria thing, and I never take them because I know it's gonna go away on its own anyway. I also had a UTI a couple years back and they gave me antibiotics for, but I didn't take them because I didn't notice that I had a UTI. Like I was literally at the hospital for a different reason because my intestines got all fucked up and I had like an intestinal ileus, I think it's called. I don't know, it was very painful. And they were like, oh, by the way, you have a UTI, here's these antibiotics. And I was like, no thanks, I don't notice anything, it's probably just minor, it's probably gonna go away on its own. Point of all that is I took my first antibiotic this morning because I have a UTI, self-diagnosed, but I'm positive that I have one. And honestly, it doesn't surprise me that I do, based on how fucking insane my last weekend when Courtney was here. I was drunk for like 3 days straight. I had quite a bit of sex. I'm like clean, I'm hygienic. I always try to pee after sex, but again, like I was drunk, so like who knows, there could have been a time where I didn't. I don't know, man. It's either that or I jinxed myself the night that we filmed the Dolls Kill try-on video because I said something about how when I was 13 I got a UTI and my mom was like upset with me because she said that she could only get it from having sex. And when we went to the doctor to get antibiotics, the doctor was like, yeah, you probably just need to wipe from front to back better. My mom was like, oh, okay. And I was like, bitch, why would I not do that? But I digress. That's actually the last time I can remember having a painful UTI up until now. A couple days ago, I peed. Actually, Courtney was still here and I was like, bitch, why did I just start my period again? I literally just ended, if you remember, like the longest, most heavy period of my life. It was so weird and so heavy. I ended it like 3 days before this happened. I went to the bathroom and I was like, why am I bleeding? And it was just a little bit. And then the next day, who's hammering? And then the next day, why do antibiotics always make me tired too? And the next day, I noticed that I was still kind of bleeding and I was like, okay, I'm probably just spotting. I'm not actually on my period. And then I started freaking out because I was like, oh my god, is this implantation bleeding? Am I fucking pregnant? And it was all like lining up. I was having cramps too and like feeling nauseous in the morning, so I was like, holy fucking shit, this is actually real. Like, this is actually happening. Don't get me wrong, there have been, what is this? I was about to start filming a video, but I guess this is gonna go into my vlog because I just realized I talked for too long about this, so I guess we're doing 2 birds with 1 stone. We're not doing 2 birds, we're killing 2 birds. No, I don't like that expression. I'm so out of it. I've had scares where like, you know, my period's a few days late or my period's a few days late and I'm feeling nauseous, but like never have I experienced the like implantation bleeding. And since I was like bleeding and spotting and it was so weird and it was just lining up perfectly, also according to my Clue app, I was ovulating the time that like I was having a bunch of sex, but no, like this time I actually had that blood. And I don't practice safe sex when I'm, well, okay, let me rephrase that. When I'm monogamous, yeah, I don't do that because I've just been infertile forever, for as long as I can remember. But then there's always like a little part of me that's like, well, shit happens, you know, like there's been plenty of times where people get pregnant when they should not have if they weren't fertile or whatever. So anyway, I freaked myself out a bit, but then the day before yesterday, I went to my sister's place to watch disco. The time that I was there for like 3 hours. I had to pee like, I want to say like 7 times. And it wasn't like I had to go pee and then like nothing came out. It was like I literally kept peeing. So I didn't think like, oh, I have a UTI because the urgency to pee, the need to pee, but like nothing coming out is a UTI symptom. Sorry, there's like, I think cat hair in my nose right now, I'm not quite sure. But like I was actually peeing. So then I convinced myself that I was diabetic. Funny, because I'm not a hypochondriac. I didn't actually convince myself of that, but you know, when you're like experiencing symptoms and it's weird, you're just like, of course your mind's gonna go to like the information that you know about that symptom, which I just have been told that like peeing a lot can be like one of the first signs that someone has diabetes. So anyway, the next day, yesterday, again, kept feeling like I had to pee, but I was gone for like 6 hours during the day and I didn't go to the bathroom that whole time. But probably for like the last 2 hours I had to pee, like, and then I had to pee really bad, and I was like, I'll just wait till I get home, you know? It was so painful. It was like, okay, this is a weird feeling. So then I get home and I pee and it freaking hurts, okay? It doesn't feel good. I mean, it like kind of feels good to pee, but like it hurts. And I'm like, shit. And then after I pee, I feel even worse, which is not the feeling you want to experience after you pee, okay? Anyway, I pee. I was like setting up this fan that I got. I got this, oh, hi bug. I got this Dyson hot and cool fan, which honestly, as of right now, I'm very impressed with it, mostly because it's really effective. Like, I have it on level 4 right now. It goes up to 10. And I had to turn off all my other fans besides my window fan. I'm gonna leave that on. Even though it doesn't seem to really do shit anymore. It's literally 82 degrees in here right now. Oh, that's even hotter than before I got that fan. And apparently it's a heater too, which like I don't need right now, clearly, but everyone's like, you need to get an AC, you need to get an AC. Yeah, I know, like I know that fans aren't gonna like drastically cool down the temperature of the room. I mean, the window fan definitely helped. It helped in the beginning. I don't know if it's because we've been having like a heat wave the past week or so, but oh, I was setting up this fan that I got and I started, I mean, like I was in pain since I peed, but then like I felt like I had to pee really bad, but also like it's just like the weirdest feeling. I don't know if everyone that gets a Utah, there's probably not many UTIs in Utah, I would imagine. Just like the feeling of literally like your fucking pee hole, like you have to pee, but also like it feels like your organs are gonna fall out, but not in like a period cramping way. I don't know. But also it kind of feels like you're like super horny, but like painful horny. So I went and tried to pee again, and that was when it got like really bad, and I was pretty much screwed for the night. It's so painful and such a weird feeling that you just want to go away and like you can't focus on anything other than that. So I was like, shit, I wonder if like Tylenol will help. And then I'm looking in my drawer and I find that I have Azo, but it's not the pain relief kind. It's the more, it's like, it was released like a couple years ago, and it's like Azo. Why am I talking about this for so long? I was supposed to be filming a video. Whatever. I just need to talk right now, okay? It's called like Azo urinary tract infection defense. And so it's like you take it at the very first signs of a UTI until you can get to the doctor, or sometimes it'll help it to go away because it actually has like an over-the-counter antibiotic in it, and it's like the only medicine that actually has over-the-counter antibiotic. But that was all I had, so I just took it. I was really pissed that I didn't just have like I don't even know why I have that, honestly. I do not know. Like, I don't remember ever buying that. My mom woke up probably to like 6 texts from me being like, hey, what can I do if I don't have Azo? I don't know how I eventually fell asleep last night, or like at 3 in the morning rather. But then this morning the thought occurred to me that, oh, I have antibiotics, because like I said, every time I get antibiotics, I don't ever take them because they fuck with me. The whole point of me talking about this was just to be like, sorry if I seem out of it in this video. I'm taking antibiotics and I don't like to take them because they make me like fucked up. But here we are talking about my urinary tract. And by the way, like I know that like you're technically not supposed to take Azo if you think you have a UTI because it can skew the results, but also like that's what it's made for. It's not made to cure UTIs. It's made to like you take it in the meantime before you can get to the doctor, or you can take it like alongside antibiotics for a couple days. So it's kind of like Azo is made for this, but also like it might skew the results. But like I was honestly just like, okay, I'm in so much pain right now, like I don't care if I get skewed results, like I know I have a UTI, I'm aware. And also I was scared that I was gonna get a kidney infection because that's happened before, and that happens in my family a lot for some reason. I think it happens a lot in my family because we all have so many like weird reproductive issues that like we're kind of always in pain, and so like we don't know if we have a UTI. Everything just always hurts all the time anyway. So then like it progresses and turns into kidney infection. I'm like, oh shit, I have this antibiotic from like 2 months ago when I had I went to urgent care and I had strep tonsillitis, and they gave me this amoxicillin. And I was like, oh shit, I know you can take this for UTIs. My mom tried to tell me that they don't usually prescribe it for UTIs, but I looked it up and found that like it's a really common one, and it's actually like one of the best ones because it's not as intense. I don't know. Oh goodness. Guys, I'm so annoyed. I just got to my sister's house and I won't stop freaking watering. I'm trying to think if this is a new vlog or what's going on. Oh, I talked earlier today about my urinary tract, so that's fun. I don't know, I can't think right now. And why did I just put gum in my mouth before I was about to start talking to you? I don't know, I'm sorry. Hi, Disco. I'm Chad's gonna be here in a second. But I'm very frustrated because I don't know why my sister's Wi-Fi isn't working. She always unplugs it. She unplugs it at night and then also when she leaves. So like when I come watch disco, I get here and it's unplugged. So I just plug it back in and I just leave it plugged in. She doesn't do it to like save energy. It's for like the radiation question mark. But so I got here Tuesday, plugged it in, and it didn't work. And I was pissed because I planned on coming here to do a bunch of work. I tried figuring this out for like 2 hours and I couldn't. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. All of the lights are on and everything. Plugged in. I tried resetting it. I didn't want to do like a hard reset on it. Look how cute the baby is. Look at the cute baby. Anyway, I just unplugged it again. We'll see. It's not as annoying as it was on Tuesday because I came during the day Tuesday with the intention of like working here for a few hours. And I could edit and stuff, but I couldn't do any of the shit that I actually wanted to do. But, you know, luckily it's nighttime. But it is annoying because I have like no data on my phone at all. I just don't know why. I asked my sister and she just kept telling me over and over the name of the Wi-Fi network and the password. And I'm like, bitch, I know. I connect automatically when I'm here every single time. It's not that, like, it's not even showing up as an option. But it says it's online. I don't know. I'm not feeling very hot. Am I crying blood? It probably sounded really terrifying for some people, but it's happened many times before. I don't really know why. I've been a couple times where my eyes have bled, and it's kind of weird. It's like a couple months in my life where my eyes just kept bleeding. Oh well. This is what happens. Power's on and then DS/US and then online. They're blinking right now, but they'll stop blinking in a second and nothing happens. I don't know why it's saying battery. It's not on battery mode. Tried everything. I don't know. What was I gonna say? Stay. Okay, now they're both just lit up. I'm not. Oh, the door's open. Do you know that I've been here for like 15 minutes and the door was just open that whole time? What are you looking at? She thought I was leaving. I'm not leaving. I know you probably can't even really see me. The lighting is not ideal. Getting that feeling like I have to pee again and I don't, and that's really not a good feeling to have. Well, now you're resting on the Wi-Fi. Maybe this will help it work. Technology meet technology. Oh, but yeah, I'm not planning on sleeping here tonight, mostly because... Oh. The only reason I really would is like last time I slept here because Chad and I drank and then like we were just up all night. So you know all the lights are on and it's still not. Hey! Disco, stop rubbing your face on shit. You must smell bug. You trying to be the cameraman? What's up? All the lights are on. I'm like, nope, doesn't make sense. And I don't feel like Chad's gonna be able to fix it because I don't know, I just feel like he's old. Old and dumb. I hate feeling like I have to pee, and like, it's just the weirdest feeling that I have right now. I take taking this antibiotic every 12 hours. It's 500 milligrams of amoxicillin. It's weird, when I had, like I said, I have this from when I had strep, which no, I'm not instructing any. I feel like I don't have to say shit like this because I don't have a young audience, but you never know. I'm not saying to save your medicine and take it when it's convenient for you. No. It's not what I do. That's not what I'm doing. It just actually worked out really well that like 2 months ago I got this and I didn't end up taking it. And I know that I have a UTI, so. I think I have a fever though, and I think it's from this. Also, I'm like just like hallucinating. Like, I'm not even using that word lightly. Like, I deadass have been having really weird hallucinations. It's very freaking weird because I don't even really realize it until later. I just really don't feel great. I'm not well. It's weird though because it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I talked about it on my Instagram story, but I can't fucking check right now because I don't have Wi-Fi. It's so funny to me that me, Courtney, and Chad are in a group chat together. I don't know why. It's just such a funny thing to think about when you think about like how we all know each other and like where we came from. It's just like something you wouldn't expect, I guess. I don't know, it's funny. I don't know why I'm leaving my camera rolling right now. I'm not doing shit. I was gonna talk about stuff, but I just like don't feel good right now to talk about drama. It's not drama, it's just questions that I've been getting that I don't need to answer, honestly, but I don't mind it. This guy was taking a shit, so that's my cue to stop recording. Oh, hello friends. It's the next day since I last vlogged. I think I last talked to you at my sister's place, kind of. I was super out of it. Chad came over. We did end up sleeping there. Ow, bug. Ow. Jesus. Every time I start filming and talking, she starts biting me. We hung out for a bit, went to this Korean ramen place at like midnight. It was so, ow! We went to this Korean ramen place in Koreatown. My sister lives in Silver Lake, which is like right by Koreatown. Was it called 10 ramen? Something like that. It was like just this small little, like tiny, like I feel like maybe 15 people max could sit in there, but there's people in there. So we went there, we went back to my sister's place, watched Bug's Life, because duh. No, because my sister's Wi-Fi wasn't working, as you saw. I was trying to fix it, so we couldn't like stream anything, and so we were looking through her DVDs, and she had like a bunch of really good movies, and I was like, have you ever seen Bug's Life? And he was like, no, I've never seen Bug's Life. And I was like, okay, we're gonna watch Bug's Life. So we did, and he rated it a 10 out of 10 for a children's movie. So let's try this again. Let's see if, okay, that's too low. Hello. I can't tell, honestly. It's very annoying because the camera is upside down, so I cannot tell. Anyway, hello. I was talking to you guys while I was inside. See, now I feel like this is weird. We're a little more intimate. Something is rattling. Oh shit, there's a semi-truck that's just fucking stuck right there. Trying to turn off the freeway off-ramp and just fucking not gonna make that turn. It would suck to be a, like, that's a really, really fucking big semi-truck. Wait, why is it called a semi-truck if it's like yes, so I was talking to you guys from my apartment, then my card decided to get full, so not to worry. That's on my list of things to get later tonight. I also look like I'm literally going to a Dodgers game. Like, obviously I'm wearing this vintage Dodgers thing, but I'm also wearing like jean shorts, but they're not like booty shorts. They're like in between short shorts and Bermudas, like they're like mid-thigh, really weird length. And I'm wearing my Adidas Originals, which I have not worn in years. I don't know, and my hair is fucking braided. I look like a 7-year-old going to a Dodgers game, which is fine, I don't care. I drove back from Silver Lake this morning. This is what I was telling you guys before my card got full. And we were literally just laying on the ground for like 2 hours, and I was telling jokes. I don't know if you could call them jokes. I was like telling stories that were turning into jokes. They were like Julian Solomita dad joke type jokes. The jokes where you just like start telling a story and then there's like weird twists and then nothing is what you thought it would be. I don't know. He laughed. He thought I was funny. And I was just kind of like delirious because I was in a lot of pain from my infection. And I left my antibiotics at home like a dummy. Well, honestly, I brought some with me, but I brought not the right pill bottle with me, so it was like, okay. So I was planning on going home because I was like, well, I have to take these at 10. By 3:20 we were just like, let's go to sleep. What are you doing? What this car is literally not driving. Go. What is going on? Confused why that car was going 2 miles per hour. I'm not like exhausted. I think if I just get a little bit of sleep, like, yeah, I might be like not fully functioning, but it's so much different than when I literally don't sleep at all. Like, I've been pulling a lot of all-nighters lately. I mean, I wouldn't call it pulling an all-nighter. I've just been staying up or staying out all night with Courtney being here, and then like a couple weeks before that I was hanging out with Chad a lot, and we just, someone, or when like you're just like deep in conversation, you don't fucking go to sleep at 10 p.m., you know? Not that I ever do that, but well, I just made it to my sister's place. Kind of left it a mess yesterday morning when I left because Chad was here that night, and I just had to leave early and not clean, so I walked in and was kind of like, oh shit, I forgot about this. Yeah, I'm here. Sucks that Wi-Fi doesn't work. I'm gonna work on some editing. I'm really emotional today. Not today, like I wasn't emotional until like the past 2 hours. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like this is probably gonna sound really like random and like where the hell did that come from? It's not for me. I feel like I shouldn't like people. Or I guess I shouldn't fall for people. It's not even like it happens all the time. Like, it's not like I fall easily for people. It's happened a total of like 4 times, and I ended up being in a relationship with all of them. I mean, I've fallen for other people, I guess, a little bit, but not like fully. I feel like I'm too emotional and too sensitive and too Libra, you know? Too like consumed by love and other people and like serving other people that I love. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's like a really, and you always would hear people be like, oh, I'm scared to fall for you, or I'm scared to fall for him, or I'm scared to fall for her. And I was always like why would you be scared? Like, life is short. Even if it doesn't work out, who cares? And even aside from like the heartbreak of a relationship ending, because that passes with time. Sometimes it takes a long time, but it is something that passes, you know. But just like being with someone for a good amount of time, especially if it's toxic, I don't know, there's just like so much risk, because it really can like honestly fuck you as a person. And it's really scary, I guess, the way I'm feeling right now, without trying to like explain it indirectly and vaguely. I don't know if anyone's picking up what I'm putting down, but for the first time I think ever, and I think it's because of my last relationship, I'm like actually fucking terrified at what's happening right now. In the past, when I like fall for someone, like it's all been like butterflies. There's been no like, oh, I'm scared to fall for them. It's like, it's all good. It's all like, wow, like I found someone that I really connect with, and it just happens. And since it doesn't happen that often for me, or at least, I mean, yeah, I would say it doesn't happen that often, it was always like just a really good positive feeling. But right now, like, it didn't really hit me till today. I had thought about it like rationally a few times, but today I really like started feeling scared and unsure about like if I can handle falling for someone now or even ever. And I know that probably sounds really dramatic and extreme, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. Doesn't mean it's fact. Well, it's fact that I'm feeling that way right now, but you know, it has nothing to do with my last relationship in the sense of not being over it, because so that's just so not it. Like, I have been fully over that for probably 6 months now, and even like for like the 6 months before that, I was like getting over it. But it's more about just like how I changed in that relationship and what I've learned about myself. And I learned that I love really hard, and I'm really too forgiving and too much of a giver, and just I take on a lot of people's shit, which I already knew about myself, but like I especially learned how that affects me. And I don't know, it has nothing to do with that relationship, except for like that was the thing that happened and it changed me. It's just making me like, I literally wanted to start crying on the way over here. Well, I didn't want to start crying. I felt like I like needed to, or was going to start crying, and I haven't. Like, the weird thing is like I haven't cried in a while. Like, I really only, like, I cried so much in my last relationship. You guys probably know this if you've been here. Every day, at least once, usually more than that. And I just thought, like, yeah, I'm just, like, sensitive. I cry a lot. But, like, up until that point, I wasn't someone who cried every day. Yeah, I'm sensitive, but there's not things every day that make me cry. So I can't even remember the last time I cried from, like, being sad or frustrated or whatever. It's been a minute. So maybe part of it is like the fact that I'm feeling these feelings, and it's kind of like reminding me of that time and how I was always crying. It's kind of just making me like my brain is being tricked into believing like what's happening right now is what happened. Disco is just staring at me. Is what happened in my last relationship, and so that's scary, and like I feel like I should be running away from that like at full speed. I don't know if it would ever go away, if this feeling would ever go away, or if it's just something that like I have to let things happen in order for it to go away, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm probably not making sense to anyone. I honestly don't even know, because I don't know, I'm trying to make sense of why I feel like this. It just feels like shit. Well, you know what, I was gonna say, it's not like you're ever trying to fall for someone, but that's not true. I think there's a lot of people who literally like are like looking for their partner, or even just looking for a relationship, and like they go out with someone hoping to like develop feelings and fall for them. But that has never been me. I've never done that. Every relationship I've had has just happened like super organically and like randomly, and it's been like a connection thing. But I definitely wasn't I just definitely wasn't looking to fall for someone. And then on top of that, even when I started hanging out with someone and all of that, I was like, it's just gonna be for fun. Like, it's obviously just for fun. And I guess since I put that like restriction on myself and on it, and then it didn't end up that way, because I totally did not expect myself to be in the position that I'm in now. And I'm being like vague, but I feel like you could follow. Unless you're like this is like the first video you're watching, in which case hello. Because I don't think I ever had that restriction on myself in the past, where it was like, oh, I'm falling, or like, oh, this person's really cool, but I'm not gonna fall for them. It was always just like, it just happened and I was okay with it and I let things happen. But since this time, I don't know how to explain how I feel. I'm honestly, I feel sad, and I'm like trying to make sense of why. A weird sort of pattern has happened in my life where I've been in 4 relationships, 4 of what I would consider actual relationships, longer than 6 months, we'll say that, and they've all been more or less 2 years. First one was 2 years, second one was just about 2 years, like a month short of 2 years. Third one was just over 2 years, and then the recent one was a couple months short of 2 years. And it's like, okay, why do I want to do that again? And then like in 2 years have to go through that again with someone else? But like, I know that doesn't mean that that's gonna happen again, but like, it's just, how am I, like, I don't know. Out of all 4 of those people, there was one that I thought was it. I don't know. I guess this is stuff that a lot of people go through. I wouldn't say I'm scared. I would say that I don't know. I just feel sad, like truthfully. I would like to use a more descriptive word. I have plenty of descriptive words, but I just am not really sure what it is, because it's more of just like the way my body is feeling than like a persistent thought that I have. It's more just like, it's almost like a body memory. I did not anticipate turning on my camera and talking to you guys about my love life, or lack thereof, or whatever the fuck is going on with me right now. It's a very weird feeling, because since my last relationship ended, minus a few bumps in the beginning, like very minor bumps. Yeah, well, since we stopped talking, it's been pretty smooth sailing, and I've just been feeling really good and free, and kind of like remembering who I am again, and realizing that I'm not like a piece of shit that deserves to be treated the way I was being treated, and also just being able to look back on it and see it for what it was, because at the time I knew what it was logistically, like I knew the cycle of abuse and all that, but like when you're in it, it really doesn't matter. And I've just been doing so well, and like I knew that at some point I would, you know, meet someone. I don't know, you guys, I should stop babbling. I honestly, oh, that light just came out of nowhere. Hello? I don't know, I honestly just, something about holding my camera while I'm talking about something like somewhat serious, while I'm not just like, hey guys, I'm doing this right now. Something about holding my camera makes it harder for me to just like speak and think. I don't know if it's because this is the typical like YouTuber apology, or like we broke up frame, or if it's just like literally the act of holding my heavy ass camera, or what it is. But I wish I could put an emotion deeper than just, oh, I'm just sad to how I'm feeling, because I don't know what it is. And then of course me, because I'm me, I'm like, well, is this my intuition telling me like this isn't good, and like shut that shit down? Because it doesn't feel like excitement worry, where you're like, oh, this is exciting but it's scary, but like it's still exciting. It feels, and this is like I said, like with just in the past few hours, it just feels, I have chills. I don't know what's going on, you guys. The only way I can explain it is like, it really does just feel like a body memory, which I'm really sensitive to. My mind-body connection, y'all, is absurd. When I was in treatment, they informally diagnosed me with somatic symptom disorder, but not like, there's like a few different types. It's not the type where like are hypochondriac and you kind of create problems for yourself. It's sort of the opposite of that, where I get feelings in my body, I get sick, I get pains, whatever, and I'm trying to like tell myself that I don't have anything wrong with me, and I have learned that it's psychological. Like the actual pain is actually happening, or the actual sickness is obviously actually happening, but it's because something is happening in my brain. And I think, wow, we're just getting really deep here. I think because growing up and the vast majority of my life, I wasn't able to express how I felt at all, and I held things in. So now my brain sort of does that on its own for me, and it presents itself, my psychological distress presents itself physically in my body, and it can be really intense. Like, that's, I mean, obviously it's intense. That's kind of how ARFID began. The way I'm feeling right now, it's hard to explain, because I know it is like a psychological response to something's going on in there. I would guess it's like what I was saying earlier about, because in my last relationship I really did care a lot about the person, obviously, otherwise it would have been easy to leave way sooner, and I really did believe I was in love with them. I mean, I was in love with them. I was in love with who I thought they were at the beginning, at the very beginning, even though it totally changed really quick for some reason. And then just how terrible I felt every single day, and emotional, and I'm feeling that way right now. I'm feeling the way that I felt when my ex and I would, when I say fight, it's not what you would think of a typical fight. It's him getting mad at me for something that he shouldn't be mad at me for, like, truly shouldn't be mad at me for, or creating scenarios in his head and then pretending like they happened, or treating me as if they had happened, even though it's just an idea that he had in his head. And then it was really hard for me, especially because it was happening over and over and over, and I started being like, whoa, like, what is going on? I'm not the person that's, like, it was just hard. And so I would have this heavy feeling all the time, and it was sadness, and it was heartache, and it was confusion and worry and fear of, like, what he's going to do. And I feel like I'm feeling that right now, and I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that, like, I'm realizing that I'm falling for someone, and, you know, that's my last experience of falling for and then being with someone is just a really heavy, bad feeling. So that's all I can really think of. All of the almost 2 years of that relationship, where every single terrible moment, like, the idea of me falling for someone new, I feel all of that at once again, and I'm like, I don't know if I can handle that again. Like, maybe I should just back this shit up. But I know, like, it doesn't have to be that way. They're different people, you know. I'm different. This person's different than the last person. The whole dynamic is different, but it's also just hard to know anything other than what I've been through. I don't know. I think talking about something from my past with this person a couple nights ago is sort of what is, like, making me feel these ways, because the last person that I talked to about this specific thing was my ex, and yeah, it was bad. So I don't know.